transfers make an impact with the experience they already possess?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Or can those transfers make an impact?
Oh yeah, that's what one of the other guys was asking. That's why you go and get them, because they've played a lot of football and they've seen a lot of things, and they just understand leverage and pad level and body position that a younger player is still in the process of learning. So you go get those guys, you kind of bridge a gap between the time span between, say, like a freshman like Jake Clifton and 5-year-old guy, why that younger guy is developing.
Comment on Will Honus' health and how he's looked so far?
Yeah, no, as we were talking about, Will's a big, strong guy. I mean, he is one of the strongest guys on the football team, smart player, and excited about what Will's going to be able to do this year. And we're going to be able to rotate 2 guys there at Will Backer between Austin and Will Honus.
I'm sure you've been asked about Khalid Duke already. Has he had any limitations so far?
That's been the thing. That's the thing that's been nice, is just trying to get him back to full speed. I think his knee was not probably 100%, 3-4 weeks ago, and I think the strength staff and the trainers have really done a good job getting him, back to speed. And I think it's a lot of times when you have an ACL, it's confidence and getting his confidence back. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what Khalid can do.
And is he showing the confidence in that knee?
Yeah, definitely. All the reports from everybody is that he is in a different place now than he probably was 2-3 weeks ago.
Now that you guys have kind of more defined that Sam linebacker position, is that all you coaching it still at this point?
Is coaching the Sam,
Sam,
Mike, and
yeah.
Will? Oh yeah. So last year it was, we were transitioning defensively, and we tried to make some guys that played other positions play that Sam linebacker position, and we ended up finding Reggie, who really didn't come here to do that, and really appreciate him jumping in there and doing it. But he's not the ideal size you want at that position, because you have limitations on what you can do with him. And ideally, what you want is a body type like, Sean Robinson.
Mm-hmm. You said Jake's kind of further along mentally,
Clifton.
than any freshman you've probably coached. Is that going to maybe help him perhaps see the field pretty soon?
Yeah, he's doing some really good things. He's still learning. He's got to do a better job with knee bend and block destruction and some of those things. But he can move, and I think he's got pretty good instincts. And what I was referring to is just he's worked at it as far as putting himself in position to understand. He's able to get lined up, and he's able to make the adjustments and the calls that need to be made that a lot of freshmen aren't usually in a position to do. So we'll see. It's a process, but he's on a good trajectory right now.
How much has Daniel Green's growth helped the guys that are going to be on either side of him playing this year?
Yeah, I think Daniel is a young man that has really worked at being a better football player. When I say that, meaning his block destruction, his knee bend, his zone coverage. I mean, he's put time in to improve as a player. But the biggest thing right now with Daniel is he has established himself as a very good vocal leader right now. And he is, without a doubt, the guy that's out there getting everyone lined up and developing a sense of urgency for everybody to get in position. And he's doing a good job holding people accountable. And Daniel holds himself accountable. That's what I love about coaching Daniel. He can take hard coaching, and when he's wrong, he fesses up to being wrong. And when he believes he's right, he's going to stand up, for himself from that standpoint. And a lot of the times, he's got valid points. So he's a real joy to coach, man. I'm really excited where Daniel is right now, maturity-wise.
Is he climbing?
Yeah, thanks.
Is he climbing up the ranks, kind of of guys historically that you've coached, Daniel?
Daniel?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, I've just loved seeing his progress the last 3 years. Really, I mean, that's why we do this for a living. And when you get to see a young man develop both physically, and keep in mind, he's put time in that weight room. He's changed his body, but he's also changed his approach to the game and his maturity. And he's definitely one of those guys that I won't forget for a long time.
How much further along is your room right now compared to this time last year?
I think we've got the guys that we need to operate the defense we have now. That's been a major
Like body
difference.
types?
Yeah, the body types. We're not trying to, transition Wayne Jones or Ryan Henney or Reggie into being a linebacker when they've played safety. So I'm really pleased. And some guys like Nick Allen, Deuce, Austin Moore, they've been fantastic leaders, and they lead by example, and they hold people accountable. Nick Allen's another guy that Nick is an accountable guy. He did so much for us in the off season. Nick, had his ACL repaired, and he came back in 8 months. And I was watching him in the training room, and I don't know if I've seen many guys work as hard as he has to get back. And not only was he holding himself accountable, but he was holding all those guys in that training room accountable. So Nick's a solid leader for us too. So that makes our room extremely strong, in my opinion.
Thanks.
Yeah,